Before that, we'll seek blessings of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, Shri Gaur Nitai, Shri Krishna Balaram, Shri Vrinda Devi, Srila Prabhupada, all the Guru Vargas. And then we'll start. So we finished Nanda Bhavan. So Brahmandagat, we all know that is the place where Krishna, we'll see this, like these nice, beautiful paintings, even in Nanda Bhavan, like this painting and these paintings, we'll see. So, the Gopas complained, Yashoda Maya, about Krishna eating dirt, and Krishna started complaining that I didn't eat, they're just lying. So he was doing all that. Then finally, Yashoda Maya asked him to open the mouth, and that's when she sees all the Brahmanda. Like they gave a series of list in the book, like what all she saw. First, she saw outer space, all directions, mountains, islands, and then the planetary systems, water, air, sky, then the senses, mind, sense perception. She saw all that, and then Yashoda Maya will get like, she gets very scared. What's happening to my son? We will have to take shelter of, she takes like shelter of Vishnu to protect her son. So that beautiful pastime, and we have seen Srila Prabhupada bathing in Brahmandagat with the Western disciples. So it's Prabhupada was saying it's very cold, but still the disciples were requesting him, and then he goes and takes bath. So that also happened here at Brahmandagat, and nice, beautiful deities. Brahmanda Bihari is here, and these deities are also there. It's the temple. This is the Kadamba tree. This is Yamuna. This is where Srila Prabhupada was taking bath. This is Brahmanda Bihari deity. Shri Prabhupada. And then from there, we will go to Ukhal Bandhan. So our Damodar month, Kartik month. So it's all about Krishna being tied to this Ukhal Bandhan. So this is, if you go from Gokul, like Nanda Bhavan, you have to actually, it's not close, like little bit you have to go in a car or an auto, like whatever is there, like you can come. Then the Pujari here explains that Nanda Bhavan used to expand all the way till here. So this is Ukhal Bandhan. It's a place where Krishna was tied. We have nice Radha Damodar deities. We'll see the video of Ukhal Bandhan temple. And then in Gokul, see the monkeys. So in Gokul, so many pastimes happen. So when we are going to Nanda Bhavan, this beautiful diorama will be on that path, like where Krishna killing Putana. So we know Putana represents false guru. She is Ratnamala in her previous life. So most of us know Putana story. So here is where Krishna killed Shakatasura. So Shakatasura is the son of Hiranyakashipu, Utkacha. So what he was doing, he was destroying all the trees, creating a lot of havoc in the forest, where Lomasa Rishi was doing his austerities, and he gets angry and he curses Shakatasura, like he curses Utkacha to become a demon, cart demon, because he behaved like that. Then he will ask for forgiveness. Then Lomasa Rishi will say, immediately after the curse, Utkacha became a demon, a cart demon, a cart. So when he requests, he will say, just by one kick of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you will be delivered. And then Trinavarta. So Trinavarta also very beautiful pastime, where Trinavarta was thinking. Trinavarta also in the previous life, he was king of Pandu Desha, very nice king. But one time he was with the women and he forgets to give respects to Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni gets very angry and he will curse him to become a flying demon, Trinavarta. So then when he asks for forgiveness, he will say again, he'll be liberated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Trinavarta is there. Then we know where when Krishna was like choking him up, he thinks maybe Krishna is a little baby. That's why he got scared, and now little babies cling. So he thought maybe he's clinging around him with that little hands. But Krishna finally like chokes him to death. So that also happened here. And then we will see Nanda Maharaja's cow shed also, where Garga Muni performed the naming ceremony. Actually, Garga Muni is the Acharya, he's the Pujari of the Yadu dynasty. So they thought like if at all Gargamuni thinks like if at all it is done in a very very nice pompous way, then Kamsa might get doubt like why the Yadu dynasty Pujari went and did uh, like in a grand way, why he was invited. So actually Devaki Vasudev sends to check what's happening there. So Gargamuni comes, and then Nanda Maharaj will feel very happy and he will ask to do the naming ceremony, and Gargamuni proposes we will do in a small scale, we will do in the cow shed. And then he names them Krishna, Balaram. He will say Balaram is like having a lot of strength, so Balaram, and he says Balaram unites families and he gives happiness. And about Krishna also he will say like he has appeared in previous yugas also. He will mention about Krishna like he took green complexion in one time, he'll say he was in white complexion in one time. So all that he will mention. Nanda Maharaj's cow shed is also there. And then we will see Nanda Koop or Sapta Samudra Koop. Nicely, it's built like a temple, but the koop is inside, where all the holy rivers are there. Nanda Maharaj used to take bath, and then Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. So we have seen Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir so many places. Even here, it is there. So Jagadananda Pandit, he got permission to stay with Sanatan Goswami. So he had some diet restrictions, so he used to cook for himself and not do madhukari. And one time he will invite Sanatan Goswami to for lunch. Then Sanatan Goswami comes with a nice orange cloth wrapped around him. And Jagnananda Pandit will think maybe that cloth belongs to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But later when inquired, he will say it is Mukunda Saraswati's, who was a Mayavadi. And then Jagadananda Pandit will get very angry, and he was about to literally, punish, like beat Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami will laugh and say, I know you love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I wanted to see that love. That is why I behaved like that. Like, he will say, and he will throw the cloth away. So that happened here. Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And then the most beautiful place, Raman Reti. So Raman Reti is a very, very, actually very beautiful place. The construction, lot of trees, the walkway, that big temple, and it is known for the pleasure-giving sands, very nice, soft sands. And when we go there, you will see devotees, they all just roll in that sand. This time we went in summer because it was sand. It was extremely hot. To keep our legs, it was extremely hot. And then they were saying, like, we're closing the door in 2 minutes. You have to vacate in 2 minutes. And the way we ran, it was super hot, extremely hot, unbearably hot on that sand. But it was so soft. People were rolling. Where Krishna used to bring all his cowherd friends, they all used to come play in this sands with the cows. We see a lot of deers also. Very nice place. And these are the deities at Raman Reti. They used to play Holi with the sand. So see, this is the sand. If you don't go in summer, that's fine. But when we go in summer, it's very hot. You see, they're rolling the sands. There is one kund also near this. And then from Brahmanda Ghat, we'll go to Raval. So this is our last stop. And from Raval, we'll go back to Mathura. So this is the entrance of Raval temple. Very, very beautiful temple. Very quiet place. Even on the Radhashtami, if you go to Barsana is very busy. Around midnight, 2 o'clock, they will close the door because it's completely locked. And 15 feet that side, 15 feet this side, you don't have to walk. You're just pushed away. So that much crowd is there. But in Radhashtami here is very peaceful at Raval. So Raval is the birthplace of Radharani. Barsana is the place where she grew up. But Raval is her birthplace where Vrishabhanu Maharaj has found her. So this is the entrance, and it has the temple has nice, beautiful dome. So we'll see all that in a minute, but just the pictures. So these are the pictures. Anyways. So what happens was, why is it got stuck? Actually, in this Radharani Raval temple, there are 2 altars, 1 and then 2. So as soon as you go entrance, you will see Lala Ladli deities, but towards the side you will have this beautiful deity of Radharani, where we don't see anywhere in whole of Vraj. Crawling Radharani, very, very beautiful, shining, very beautiful. So what happens was Suchandra and Kalavati, in their they both are Suchandra belongs to a nice family, and Kalavati with some nice family. They both got married, and as soon as they get married, they just go to the forest and do austerities. And then Brahma comes, like he was pleased, and he comes because usually, like very young, just married, but they're going to the forest and doing austerities. Brahma will come and ask, "What do you want?" They'll say, "We want Lakshmi as our daughter so that we can serve." And Brahma was like, everybody will ask so many things, but you are just asking for Lakshmi ji, like for service. So he will say, forget about Lakshmi. You will get like the original, the real Lakshmi, Radharani as your daughter. So next life, they are born as Vrishabhanu and Kirtida. Again, they got married, and then they had a son, Sridham, and they wanted a daughter. So one day, in the month of Bhadra, the second month of rainy season, Vrishabhanu Maharaj will just go to Yamuna, and because being it's and he sees a golden lotus in the center of Yamuna, and being rainy season, the waves were very high. He couldn't go close to that golden flower, lotus flower, and Brahma comes, and when Brahma comes, he will help, for him to go to close to the lotus flower. And then in between the lotus flower, there's this golden complexion girl. She's none other than our dear Radharani. So Brahma will hand her to Vrishabhanu Maharaj and say, yes, Raval to Gokul is 5 kilometers. So he will say, please raise her as your daughter. And then he will go home running and say, oh, Devi, 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 see, we have our daughter. And then when they notice she's blind, but they still will take care of her. And Radharani wanted to see only Krishna first on this earth planet. That is why she came as a blind person. Then one time Narada Muni was in the town, and he just gets like, he gets to know that when flower closes, no distance. So he comes, and he will understand that Radharani has appeared here, and then he goes to Vrishabhanu Maharaj's door, and he will knock. As soon as they'll see Narada Muni, he's like, oh, please come, Munivar, please come. And then he asks, like just inquires, and then casually he'll ask, do you have children? He will say, I have one son. They are not wanting to show Radharani because she's blind. They're kind of hesitating. Oh, just one son? He says, yes, one son. And then they'll show the son. Narada Muni will bless him, saying like, he's a nice associate. He'll be a good associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please take care of him. And then when he was leaving, Vrishabhanu Maharaj will say, I'm sorry, I lied. I also have a daughter, but she's blind. Narada Muni will say, can I go and see? He wanted to have darshan. So he says, can I go and see? And meanwhile, he will say, if you call Nanda Maharaj's family for a feast, then all your problems will be solved. And then because Munivar said that, Narada Muni, so they took it seriously. And then Narada Muni will write all the ingredients, everything needed for the feast, so that they all can purchase and make. He kept basically all of them very busy so that he can go meet Radharani. And then everybody was busy going to the shops. And then he goes, opens the door, looks at Radharani, and Radharani, like he was in so bliss looking at Radharani, and then Radharani takes the form of Kishori Rupa, like a little girl, and even Ashtasakis will come, and seeing all this darshan, he was like almost fainting, and he was in bliss, ecstasy. And Narada Muni gets the darshan of Radharani here at Raval, and Narada Muni leaves. That is when, so Narada Muni suggested for a feast, so they will invite Nanda Maharaj's family and Vrajavasis. When they come, they're all busy. The ladies are busy talking, the men are busy talking, and little Krishna crawls. And when he touches Radharani's swing, she understands it is none other than her dear Krishna, and then she will open eyes. So everybody was happy. So, and in this Raval temple, what we'll see is, so when we go, if you see these Madhumalati flowers are there, creepers, one creeper, 2 different colors, flowers are there. And this dome is beautifully covered by a marble dome. And you can climb up also, and we will see this tree. Okay, also. So this is this tree here. It's called Karil tree. And if you see this tree, this doesn't have leaves. It's just like ponds keeps growing. And when this, it said that they found the Radha Krishna deities under this tree. And when they were making this dome, unknowingly, the person didn't know the efficacy of this, and then he just cut the tree completely. But then from the creases and small little places, it again grew back. So the Lala Ladli deities of this temple is said to be found under this place. And these are the deities, Lala Ladli. And if you go little opposite, so this is the entrance. Yeah. So when we go a little bit opposite, like when you come out of the temple, this one road, and the other side, you'll see a nice garden. And in the garden, we'll see one well, one swing, and this tree. We'll see in the video now. So that well was made for Radharani's shower by Krishna. That the coop was made by Krishna. And then the Vrajavasis were explaining that Yamuna used to flow all the way till here, actually. Now, if you stand and see also, you don't see it very far. It's just fields around. So this tree, why I posted here is, somebody posted on their Facebook. See, one is black and one is white. So Bakul tree and people tree, they say that this tree, the black one is Krishna, and this white one is Radharani. And Krishna used to sit here and play his Vamsi. He used to bring all his the cows, and then to sit here and play. And the swinging, if you see the swinging deity, that is the place actually where Radharani was doing her Julan Pasnik, swinging. And then nice dainty, like if you see in the month of September and October, we'll have nice orange flowers, and later we'll get these tenti fruits, very well known achar that the Vrajavasis make, tenti chutney. And see, previously it was like this. This is the place where Yamuna was flowing, and it is said Vrishabhanu Maharaj found Radharani, and now it's nicely renovated. It's the back side of the temple. Like when we go on the top of the temple, we can see. So that's all about Raval and our Vrindavan Parikrama. So after we see Raval, from there we will walk back to Mathura. So our 30 days Parikrama is walking Parikrama will be finished. So thank you all so much. Shri Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada. All this
Vrindavan Dham ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Devta.
Krishna